Walsh. We are following breaking news tonight as more information comes in on an active death investigation in Waukesha County. Tonight, the sheriff's department there confirms investigators found a second dead person inside a home in the village of Waukesha. Sheriff's deputies initially found one deceased person last night while responding to a call for a wellness check. Authorities said at the time the rest of the family was missing. Now, the sheriff's department says 2 people are dead and a person of interest is in custody. Also, within the past few hours, police in Kansas say they've arrested a juvenile in connection to a double homicide in Wisconsin. Police in Waukesha, Kansas say they stopped a car for blowing a stop sign. That car came back as reported stolen out of Wisconsin. They say they later learned from a sheriff's department in Wisconsin they were looking for that driver as part of a double homicide investigation. Authorities in both Kansas and Waukesha County tonight are declining to say whether that arrest is connected to the Waukesha death investigation. CBS 58's Andy Bernhardt talked to one family member this afternoon who says she called police to report a teenager in that home missing. Andy, what do we know based on that conversation?
Well, AJ, I spoke with Judith Mayer, who says she's been worried sick about her son and his family after not hearing from them for 2 weeks. She tells me last night she got the heartbreaking news from police that her son and his wife were found dead in their home yesterday and says her grandson is still missing.
We keep sitting by the phone hoping that someone will give us some answers. Not that they'll be happy answers because they're already gone.
Judith Mayer became concerned when 2 weeks passed and she still was getting no response from her son Donald Mayer and his wife Tatiana Cassup. Then she got a call from Waukesha West High School Friday saying her grandson hadn't been to school in 2 weeks. She called the police to investigate, and that night she says her worst fears came true. Her son and daughter-in-law were dead.
When they called back and said they were both deceased, that was when it hit us that all hope was gone. And I've lost my son.
The Waukesha County Sheriff's Department conducted that welfare check and now say they found 2 people dead in the home. Just like Judith, neighbors say they hadn't seen the family in 2 weeks.
We just thought they were on vacation. So their garbage wasn't being put out. You know, the snow that one day wasn't being shoveled.
Investigators say a person of interest is in custody, and the new developments in this case are leaving neighbors uneasy and full of questions.
We don't know, a lot of what's going on. Is it just a suicide? Is it a murder? Who knows what, happened?
And Waukesha County property tax records show that that home on Cider Hills Drive at the center of this investigation belongs to Tatiana Cassup and Donald Mayer. We did follow up with the Sheriff's Department and asked if the person in custody is a juvenile and if they were found out of state, but authorities have yet to respond, AJ.
So, Andy, regarding that conversation you had with the neighbors, they mentioned that they hadn't seen the 2 folks who own that home in a couple of weeks. Was there any indication, anything they saw that made them think something might be off?
Yeah, and they lived right next door, and they said that that was a very tidy family. They always had their yard in check, and they said that big snowstorm that happened around 2 weeks ago, that's when they really started to notice that they had maybe been gone for a couple of days because they just never ended up shoveling at all.
All right, Andy Bernhardt staying on top of this story for us tonight. A lot of unanswered questions at this point. Andy, thank you.